Manda people in South Waghi hopeful for new road. Foreign Affairs Minister calls for more dialogue with Asia and African nations. And women engineers recognized for their efforts.
This is National EMTV News with Mary Bartolo.
Thank you for joining me. This is Sunday's news. For the people of Manda in Jiwaka province, their cry for a better road has finally been heard. They can now look forward to a sealed road connecting their villages in the near future. The news of the Minj to Gama road sealing has touched many, including those living along Simbu's Kerawagi district, which shares a border with the Manda people of South Waghi, Jiwaka.
John Nuku from Kup constituency towards the border of Simbu's Kerawagi district says they have been neglected for over 40 years of PNG's political independence. He says over the years, people walk for almost a day to reach a nearby road where they can get on a PMV. John says public servants are reluctant to work in the area, which has a population of over 21,000.
My road block government also working long time. We by benefit or we by around what the local something that we have been neglected for 40 years. Also, we by worry no go through. School we got close to more than 10 equals same. Now I'll send us more than 15 about. I'll get a mission running because government what looks away.
On Friday, he made a tiring journey to Min Station in Jiwaka to hear the announcement of the new permanent road to be built towards his isolated communities. Though the construction work is yet to be tendered and costing and a contractor yet to announce, John and the Manda people are hoping that work must commence without delay. Local MP Joe Coim says building new roads are expensive, but thank the Asian Development Bank for their support funding.
I saw despair because of the hardships that you underwent when traveling in the road. But now I can see hope in your eyes.
So cost long on road, walking road, and bit patrol. But time we play walk on the bell, then you play come one time, and we play boom one time, and also to the Bible. Time to play one bell. Blessing.
Quinten Alomp, National EMTV News.
The remote communities of Sagayo and Mapos in Buang, Morobe province opened a new concrete road to their villages. The 300-meter cement road, officially opened on Saturday, was constructed at one of the most difficult sections of the Buang Road, which is impassable during bad weather. It was built by Bulolo MP Sam Basil using his own money as part of his community obligation to his village. Sylvester Gawi has this report.
It was a time of celebration as local villages danced to the opening of the new cement road. Footpath and drainage systems constructed by local youths. The new road is just like Clay City's new concrete roads. The 300 meters may not seem to be a longer distance, but it is an important section of the road that will allow for goods to be transported easily up the mountains.
Kalau sini plalo tampo mi plase wakabat na tel kago na kamantap. Na na mas mi pla frilo. Road dem gupla na plasira no karta so na kamantap.
Buang is a landlocked area and it experiences a lot of rains most times of the year. The roads become impossible during rainy periods and it's more difficult for the people to transport their cash crops to the market. The roads now complement the rural electricity supply into villages and the EMTV and Kondo 2 coverage in the area. For the people of Buang, life has become easier for them. But the realities and challenges faced every day with road and transportation is a concern for the local level government. If Buang's roads are fully constructed, a good supply of coffee and other cash crops will be brought to the market. Sylvester Gawi, National EMTV News, Leh.
Foreign Affairs Minister Rimbing Pato has said PNG will share information and work closer with other developing nations in Asia and Africa. Speaking at the conclusion of the 60th Asia-African Conference in Indonesia, Minister Pato reaffirmed PNG's position as a bridge linking other Pacific Island countries. During the conference, member states were urged to work together to realize the South cooperation and strategic partnership. This will be done by reaffirming commitments in freedom, peace, security and respect to human rights. The conference was attended by 116 countries. The Lutheran Renewal Church has for the first time established a company to address various administrative issues. Newly appointed members of the company say the profits from the Lutheran Renewal Investment Group Limited will be used for this purpose. Company executives met on Saturday to announce the formalities.
Renewal Church is part of a global movement of change to modernize the Lutheran Church by ensuring that clergymen are taken care of. Through the company, the executives say this will cover administrative costs.
Profits will be returned to the church for the church's use. Because some pastors we have in the church for how many, 30 years, 20 years, have not been paid that long. So these pastors are crying. They're doing a very good job. They're doing a wonderful job, but nobody cares for them. Nobody pays them. And we've looked at the government. We looked everywhere. It's all donations. It's all faith-driven. So we'd like the church to set up this company so that when it makes profit, if the profits will be reinvested back or the profits will be utilized to pay for the wages of the pastors.
The company executives comprise Wat Kidi as chairman, Yapi Delabu as director, including Bishop Mark Wilson of the Lutheran Renewal Church as another director.
To ensure that this company, the Lutheran Renew Investment Group, will increase its profile and its purposes. The purpose is to ensure that it serves the church of the Lutheran Renew.
But we believe and grow from strength to strength. Now it's a first time of its kind. Lesla Lutheran Renewal, got this company.
It's anticipated that the church-run company will strive to modernize the Lutheran Renewal Church, something that has been missing in the last 30 years. Bridget Komatep, National EMTV News.
You're watching Sunday's News. More stories after the break. Stay. Welcome back to the news. PNG women working in male-dominated fields are stamping their mark as more is being done to recognize and appreciate their efforts. The Institute of Engineers PNG recently held its first ever Women in Engineering Awards presentation to award 3 outstanding performing female engineers.
The Women in Engineering Awards took place at Dynasty Restaurant in front of hundreds of engineering technicians and associates who gathered for the fraternity's annual dinner hosted by the Port Moresby chapter. Chairperson for Women in Engineering, Ms. Finkwe Zurenok, said the initiative was to recognize the level of commitment, merit and length of distinguished service by women who continue to contribute outstandingly to the fraternity.
Like-minded engineering women got together and thought that we should set up an organization that's made up of engineering women engineers, and we look after to assist the female engineers in the workforce, also to promote science and technology to up-and-coming young ladies.
The awards recognized women in 3 different categories. The Outstanding Female Graduate Award went to Miss Eunice Dalton from Oak Teddy. The Outstanding Young Female Award went to Miss Rose Kayulo from PNG Ports, and Miss Margaret Abel from Telecom received the Outstanding Female Engineer Award. Although only one recipient was present to receive her award, the fraternity was jubilant in celebrating their co-workers' achievements.
It's a challenge, like every day you work with men and you have to prove that you are just as good as they are. You have like your managers and all your colleagues and whatever. Those under you too are like male, you're the only like lady working among men. It's a challenge.
IEPNG is a network within the engineering profession dedicated to the improvement of engineering practice in the country. With the introduction of the Women in Engineering chapter this year, more women are encouraged to consider career opportunities in the engineering field and other male-dominated professions. Vanessa Knight, National EMTV News.
Anglimp South Waghi MP Joe Coim has commended his people for giving their land freely for development without demanding compensation. He has appealed to other people within Jiwaka province to do likewise, encouraging them to be more mature in decision-making for the development of the new province. He made these remarks when announcing the road sealing project from Minj to Gama in his Anglim South Waghi electorate.
Land compensation has been a money-making venue for many landowners in PNG. Over the years, the government has spent millions in compensation for road clearance and build roads. Despite its benefits, many people are doing the opposite. But in the new Jiwaka province, the Manda people have realized that land compensation is a hindrance to development. On Friday, their community leaders signed a memorandum of agreement witnessed by local MP Joe Coim and the district's administration. The MOA allows for a new contractor to seal the means to Gama Road with no land compensation.
Community by commitment, long, strong in this talk, now we play talk, long, no compensation. Me like a violence provinces, the public line in this school down, school involved.
Compensation has been a contributing factor to prolonged and incomplete infrastructures. For the Manda people in South Waghi electorate, the need for a better road is imminent. With the signing of the MOA, the local MP, Joe Coim, challenges other provinces to do away with land compensation and allow contractors to work freely in connecting isolated communities. Quinten Alomp, National EMTV News.
More comments are surfacing on the sudden increase of bus fares for passengers travelling from Manu Auto Port to Tarama in Port Moresby. Passengers say they are now charged 2 kina by PMV operators because of the deteriorating road status. The initial bus fare per passenger was 1 kina.
This new road was opened purposely for people who have bought blocks behind the Taram Army Barracks to use. In that way, the travelling public is kept away from using the barracks road. And as more families moved in, it increased the demand for PMV services. But due to recent rains, sections of this road eroded, making it difficult for small vehicles to use.
Because of road condition now, I'm taking close to 1 hour or travel.
This road links over 300 men, women and children to Port Moresby. Despite its conditions becoming worse every day, many passengers are starting to accept the additional charges imposed on them because of the road condition. Passengers are also charged an extra 2 kina when travelling with baggage or carrying children.
Road condition in parallel na 150 na again kamandalo 2 kina.
Meanwhile, the PMV operators have defended their actions to charge additional fees, saying they will be using that money to service their vehicles.
Around there and plenty something because plenty old potol na one man plenty too much. So na time around taya or lilik bushing or sokis or lilik something and bagarap and cost them sa Guandap Street.
Taklagunga, National EMTV News.
Trukai Sports is next. We will have NSL, national swimming titles and Taekwondo. Those details after the break.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Week 4 of the Oil Search Pacific Games Relay was spent in Western Province, hosted by Platinum Pacific Games sponsor Octedi Mining Limited. Here are the highlights captured by the relay team member, Madness Photography.
Tabobil was the first destination in the Western Province. The land of the Barramundis saw the baton taken by helicopter to Kiunga, traversing across some of the most remote parts north of the province, including Oksampin and Nomad. The impressive OTML mine pit played host next, with the baton riding on one of the huge mine haul trucks, clouds and fog rolling in, restricting visibility. By day 3 in the Western Province, the baton hit the highway to Kiunga, stopping at markets, schools and Ningrim for a short but impressive relay with the community representatives, including the inmates from Ningrim Correctional Facility. Thousands taking part, and former Olympian Aaron Depnai starting the relay. The districts of Middle and South Waghi were covered by the team, flown by OTML, visiting Ironbark and Suki along the way. The final stop, Daru Island, where the Fly River provincial government again staged an impressive relay around town. The All Search Pacific Games relay has now travelled over 15,000 kilometres across Papua New Guinea, and over 200,000 people have experienced the relay. Lorraine Genia, National EMTV News.
To the NSL now, and Hekari FC had one of the biggest wins in the club's history with an emphatic 8-1 win over Medang FC in wet and slippery conditions at the CIS College at Bomana yesterday. Returning from a relatively successful campaign in the OFC Champions League, the 9-time NSL winners handed Medang a footballing lesson in round 13 of the season.
It took Hekari 35 minutes to open the scoring through striker Tommy Sammy.
Tommy Sammy takes it.
His strike partner Joaquim Warroy snared a double, both men celebrating a brace each, to end the first half with a commanding 4-0 lead. Medang had been hoping for a fight back in the second half, and did so with a penalty soon after the break. But Medang's comeback was short-lived after Hekari took control of the game, with goals through Tutizama Tanito, Emmanuel Arem and Kema Jack. Tommy Sammy ended the match with his hat-trick.
It's all about the game plan. We came back, we played together as a team. All the boys were cut each for their zones, and our game plan is only to move forward only. Just keep on going. We don't have to play any good football because the weather is not allowing us. So we just have to keep on playing forward. That's our game plan, which allows us to score more goals.
In the day's earlier clash, league leaders Lay City Dwellers were held to a 2-all draw against Admiralty FC. Shane Saroya, National Sports.
To swimming now, and the TNT National Swimming Championships got underway at the Elamari International School on Saturday. Today, the tournament went into its final round from events for both male and female divisions. Godwin Eki reports.
The TNT National Swimming Championships started on Friday in the National Capital District. Swimmers travelled from other centres around the country, including our international-based swimmers, to attend the competition at the Elamari International School in Port Moresby. The event saw 135 entries of both male and female swimmers competing in junior and open category divisions. Among PNG's homegrown talent was PNG swimming sensation Ryan Pinney, who also took part in the competition. Yesterday, the competition saw finals of Session 2 of each category, including the long-distance swimming, such as the 4x50 freestyle and relay for girls and boys, 10 and under boys 4x200-meter freestyle and 4x200-meter relay for the open divisions, girls 200-meter breaststroke and boys 400-meter individual medley. Final session of the tournament was today, which was the final round of the competition that will determine the final selection to name the squad for the 2015 Pacific Games. Godwin Eki, National EMTV Sports.
This weekend saw Taekwondo fighters compete in the 2015 Korean Ambassadors Cup at the Don Bosco Technical Institute indoor facility. Expert coach Andy Rutter says Team PNG Taekwondo will perform well at the Pacific Games and should take a swag of medals on home soil.
The 2015 Korean Ambassadors Cup was used as a final selection for Team PNG Taekwondo to the 2015 Port Moresby Pacific Games. This year's Pacific Games will see Australia and New Zealand fighters compete, as it will be used as a qualifier for the 2018 Rio Olympics.
There are Australia and New Zealand, and Tahiti would be a big challenge to PNG. But apart from that, it should be good because we train well, and we train with our expert coach Andy Rutter. And yeah, our Team 1 is located there now, so we're doing good. Our training is really good, so we should perform well.
Team PNG expert coach Andy Rutten brought a New Caledonian fighter, Vaimiti Durant, to compete in the Ambassadors Cup to give young Team PNG fighters exposure to overseas Taekwondo athletes.
Being here is something very, very special because it will help the PNG team to see international experience. Also for Vamiti, it's great to interact with PNG, and like I said, it's great for both parties to exchange their fights and their passion for the sport.
The national taekwondo team travels back to South Australia on Friday to continue in their preparation for the 2015 Pacific Games. Dion Kombang, National EMTV Sports.
And that's where we end Trukai Sports. The weather details up next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region, all centres mostly fine except Port Moresby. You can expect a shower or two. To the Momasa region, Lae and Wewak mostly fine, a few showers for Medang and fine weather for Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands, it's going to be mostly fine in all centres. And in the Highlands region, all centres fine apart from morning fog for Hagen. And that has been the news, sports and weather for today, Sunday, the 26th of April 2015 from the EMTV News team. Pleasant viewing. Good night.